Boys from County Hell is a Shudder original. It is an Irish vampire film, which, you know, sounds pretty cool. So it's about basically a small town called 6 Mile Hill, and they have a cairn that's like their thing. Apparently buried underneath this cairn is apparently the vampire that inspired Bram Stoker's Dracula. So a large overpass is going to be built, so they have to tear it down, and a vampire escapes and starts infecting other people, and definitely a family or two get involved. This movie honestly is kind of lousy. I didn't know what to expect, you know, just Irish vampire movie. And the opening's pretty cool. You get these bleeding people, and then, you know, it takes a good half hour before we get our first vampire attack. And it's really like comedy-like. It felt like it was trying too hard. And then, you know, they kind of like kept going, and honestly the humor just didn't work. They were trying way too hard to be funny, to have like this sort of, they're trying to like copy Shaun of the Dead, but it just wasn't working. It wasn't scary, it wasn't that funny or gory. And then they had this big showdown with a vampire you barely get to see. It's a very short film, not very effective, scary. No character development either. It's basically just a lot of characters arguing and stuff and trying to be funny, and just they try to lay some black humor in there, but it doesn't work all the time. Special effects are okay for like the bleeding and the blood, you know, but overall, like, it could have been a little bit more foreboding, because like there's like this effect where people just start bleeding out of their face when the vampire shows up, and you can just suck the blood from them without sucking their blood, which is pretty scary, but that never gets really utilized or fully realized. So even though there's some good ideas and it's original, with it being like the original vampire, it doesn't really do anything with that. There's no amazing set pieces. It's just a okay movie. Wasn't really effective because it wasn't scary or funny for me. So I give Boys from County Hell a 3 out of 10.